Morning, guys. Welcome to the current affairs session. Right, here we'll be discussing all of the important topics that are necessary for UPSC. Right. Today we'll be discussing first June. RCB has won yesterday's IPL match, and yeah, I think RCB is we can learn something from RCB. It has not won a cup since for 18 years, and after 18 years, it has won a cup. And second, started to uphold that credibility by winning another cup. Right. These kind of things actually help us motivate whenever we are in this tough journey, right, especially when it's UPSC and when the uncertainty is very high. Right? Even a small mistake can get you back. So that is the reason I think we need to learn these kind of things from our society and our environment. So firstly, we'll be talking about the majoritarian shadow over Adivasi identity fake. Now, this particular editorial is talking about how the an organization that is affiliated to RSS, right? That is nothing but the Janjati Suraksha Manch, right? It is an organization that is affiliated to RSS, right? Now, this particular organization is saying that the ST category which is there, it is not available if it will not be available or it will not be applicable if that particular person or a community turns their religion from X religion to Y religion, meaning that if they convert from Hinduism to Christianity, all the benefits that will be there under the ST Act will be taken away. That is what this particular organization is saying. But the author is trying to argue against that. The author is saying that it is not like that. It's only for the scheduled castes. This particular clause which you are saying is only for the scheduled caste and not for the scheduled tribes. Okay, now let us understand a little more in a deeper manner. Right. Firstly, is saying that STs who convert to Christianity, right? STs who convert to Christianity will lose their benefits. Right? STs who convert to Christianity will lose benefits. But the author is saying that it is not the STs, but it is for the SCs. Why SCs? The reason it is for the SCs because SCs are mainly based on social backwardness. Scheduled castes are mainly based on social backwardness that has been brought through the community. Which community? Hindu community. Okay, they what you call discrimination or what you call the ostracization of a community is mainly through Hinduism. As it was through Hinduism, if any person who is actually converting from Hinduism to any other religion, be it Christianity, be it Islam, or be it Buddhism, they will not get the benefits because the social backwardness is mainly based on Hinduism. That will apply for scheduled castes. That is what the author is saying, but it will not apply for scheduled tribes. Now, why doesn't it apply to scheduled tribes? Because scheduled tribes are not linked to religion. Right. Now, as I was saying, scheduled caste is something based on social backwardness of Hindu region. Right. It is only for Hindu religion, not other religion. So, scheduled caste is mainly based on religion, whereas scheduled tribe status is not based on religion. Right. What is it based on? It is based on where a tribal person, what do you call, it's not based on religion, it's based on the environment. A scheduled tribe is someone who's based on environmentally. So what is it at the end of the day? At the end of the day, a tribal person remains, right, remains an ST no matter what, whether that person has converted to Christianity, Hinduism, or Buddhism, or any sarna follow any religion, be it any religion, that particular person belongs to ST category only, no matter which religion they convert to. Okay, that is the first thing that you need to keep in mind. Right. Now, what is Janjati Suraksha March? Right, as I was saying, Janjati Suraksha March is an organization that is affiliated to RSS. Now, what is it arguing? They're arguing that the conversion, right, the conversion which is there from a particular religion to another religion changes the cultural identity. You're saying that they are whenever you're changing, it is changing the cultural identity, but it's not. It's not changing the cultural identity. It doesn't. It's changing the cultural identity is what they are saying. The second aspect they are focusing on is that benefits that are meant for uh, benefits that are meant for these communities go go to those who have traditional beliefs. Meaning that, for example, let's say there is a ST community that has been for a long time has been Hinduism, right? For a long time they have been Hindus. Okay, so every traditional belief that they've held is based on Hinduism only, right? All the traditional beliefs or everything that they believe in is based on Hinduism only. Now, suddenly, if they convert to Christianity, that means that they are let going of all of the traditional beliefs that they had, right? And ST is nothing but a cultural identity, is what they are saying. Right? It is not the fact. It is saying they are saying that it is a cultural identity, and based on this cultural identity, they are moving away from the cultural identity because they are converting to Christianity and letting go of all the traditional beliefs. But the author argues that it is not like this. STs are something who are based on the environment and who are based on what do you call the area, and not based on cultural identity. So that is the first thing that the author argues. The author says that, what does the author say? Author says this first thing: the tribal identity is not religion based. Tribal identity is not religion based. Meaning that if that particular person converts to any religion, right, and they also quoted this particular judgment by the Supreme Court. Right, there was a judgment in 1963. Right, in 1963, Supreme Court said that no matter uh, it was it was a judgment based on Urans. Urans is a tribal community that is mainly present in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha. These regions is where Urans are present. Okay, and in 1963, High Court said that no matter which religion they change into, be it to Christianity, be it to Sarna, or be it to Hinduism, or be it to Islam, no matter which particular religion they change to, an Oraon always remains an Oraon. Right? That is what the High Court said. Now, what does that mean? That means that no matter which religion they are changing to, they will be same. They will remain an ST category. That is what the particular High Court judgment is saying, right? And next, when we go, what do you call? There are some constitutional principles, right? Other than that, as the High Court has given a judgment, other than the High Court judgment, you also have some constitutional principles. According to Article 25, what does Article 25 guarantee? Article 25 guarantees right to religion. As it is right to religion and everyone has the freedom to choose a religion, they also say that ST category or ST community people have the right to choose their own religion. Right? No matter which religion they want to convert into, they can choose. Right? As long as they are in India and as long as they come within the fold of Indian citizenship, they can do whatever they want when it comes to religion. But this can also be same with the scheduled caste. That is something that we have to discuss on. Okay, because let's say SC is there and ST is there. Both are Indian citizens. If they have freedom of religion under Article 25, they should also have freedom of religion under Article 25. That is also something that is contradicting, right? Right. That is also something that is contradicting. But we need to, but at the end of the day, who is there to decide? It is the Supreme Court or the Constitutional or the Parliament through laws that is going to decide. We are not the ones to decide whether that particular community will have a religion or not, or I mean, will they have the benefits or not. It's not us who are going to decide. It's these organizations, the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive, that are going to decide whether that particular community is coming under freedom of religion or not. Okay. Now again, coming back, the Constitution says that Article 25, under Article 25, STs have right to choose religion, right? Meaning that Adivasis can fully choose, right? Adivasis can fully choose Christianity, Islam, or Hinduism. Whatever they want, they can choose, right? And this conversion should not affect the schedule status. Okay, and then there's the other thing that the author is talking about: forced exclusion. Right, forced exclusion. Basically, this organization which is there, Janjati Suraksha Manch. Janjati Suraksha Manch is trying to exclude that particular tribal community, which is basically Christian converted. Right? All the Christian convertees of that particular community, the Janjati Suraksha Manch is trying to exclude them. Why is it trying to exclude them? The author says that it's trying to exclude them because it wants to, one, socially boycott Adivasis. If you remember, there's Article 17. Article 17 says that you cannot discriminate any person based on caste, religion, all of these, right? And they are trying to boycott this and invoke Article 17, right? And then you have second, which they are saying that they are what you call preventing participation in village festivals. Right? They are saying that just because you have let go of your traditional beliefs of Hinduism or any other religion, you are not uh, eligible for participating in the Hindu festivals. That's the other thing that the particular JSM is trying to say. And the third one is that they're using this exclusion. Right? They're using this exclusion as a way to imbibe Hinduism into tribal culture, right? And they are saying that as you are no longer part of our Hinduism, they're trying to exclude that particular community from the tribal culture. If you remember, I said that their main core argument is that as they are changing from X religion to Y religion, they are letting go of their old traditional beliefs, right? And who's, according to this particular JSM, what are the old traditional beliefs? That is nothing but Hinduism, right? So as they are letting go of Hinduism, the particular organization is thinking that they are also letting go of the benefits that are attached to the particular ST status, right? And the fourth thing that the author is trying to point out is cultural assimilation. Cultural assimilation. By trying to exclude all of the members of the tribal community, the Rashtriya Janjati Suraksha Manch is trying to force something, right? And that forcing is nothing but cultural assimilation. And how is it doing cultural assimilation? It's trying to promote the term Vanvasi, Vanvasi instead of Adivasi. Right? It's trying to promote the term Vanvasi instead of the term Adivasi. Vanvasi is mostly linked to the Hindu religion, right? And secondly, it is trying to what you call build temples. It's trying to build temples. And how can you build temples? Only if you are actually belonging to that particular religion, you can build temples. Let's say there is a region, and in this region, all of the members are ST, and all of these members are Christian convertees. Right? If they are Christian convertees, you cannot do anything here. You cannot go and build a Hindu temple here. Right? You cannot go and build a Hindu temple here. So in order to build a Hindu temple, what are they doing? They're saying that you, as you guys are Christian convertees, you are no longer eligible for holding ST status. So they're trying to exclude them from that particular land and establish Hindu temples or Hinduism over here. Right? That is another reason why the author is actually against this particular ideology, and they want to associate the tribal deities, right, who are there. If you actually remember all the what you call epics, if you have read the epics and if you have understood all the epics, you can see that there is assimilation of tribals into the mainstream society. Right? Assimilation of tribals into the mainstream society. How will they do it? They actually imbibe them by including them in the epics, in the epics or the myths or somehow, or the oral stories or the folk stories. What they'll do is they'll add these tribal identities and tribal people, and then they'll say that they all belong to Hindu community. As they say that they all belong to Hindu community, then they'll get a right to say that they are excluded, as they are no longer following the traditional beliefs. How they are saying traditional beliefs? As they are present in the epics, they are belonging to that particular community, is what the JSM tries to think. Okay. Then they are saying that as you guys are not part of our community, now you have to let go of the SC status, and you have to let go of the land that you have been given, and help us build Hindu temples. And also we are going to assimilate all of the Hindu deities, or I mean your tribal deities, into the Hindu society. This is how this particular thing is going on, right? And they are saying that it is not actually good. And the other thing that's talking about is as why the urgent issue Adivasis faces, the Munda, right? Birsa Munda's 150th anniversary is coming. As the 150th anniversary is coming, the JSM are using this as an excuse to attack the tribal convertees. Right? They are using Birsa Munda's legacy to attack tribal convertees who have converted into Christianity. Okay. Now, keeping that in mind, now we have to look at what the tribals are actually facing. Right? At the end of the day, as India is a diverse country, right? As India is a diverse country, we have to focus on everything that is happening everywhere. And tribals have major issues. Right? Tribals face major issues when it comes to Forest Rights Act. Forest Rights Act, tribals get a lot of benefits, and they get some land, and as they do not have proper documents, they do not get claims. Right? Firstly, they do not get claims over the land. Secondly, what happens is that they delay the grants of forest rights. They delay the grants of forest rights. Grants of forest rights have been delayed. Why? At the end of the day, again, they'll say that there is some X factor or Y factor that is hindering your growth, and there is X factor or Y factor that is hindering your claim over that particular land or the forest rights that have been given to you. Then you have, there is weak community forest rights. Right? Community forest rights also are weak. This way, you can see that the tribals are affected in many ways. Then you have PISA, Panchayat Extension Scheduled Areas, and in these there are actually Gram Sabhas, right? And Gram Sabhas are mainly formed by the members that are actually present there. And as the Gram Sabhas are forming, what does it do? Gram Sabhas help give permission to areas where there is mining or there is land. Then there is some policy implementation. Whenever there's from policy implementation, who do they have to consult? They have to consult the Gram Sabha. But there is weak implementation of that. They are not consulting the Gram Sabha. In some aspects, the parliament is actually taking away the powers of the PISA and the Gram Sabha under the PISA Act. Right? What does it do? What does it do? That actually removes all of the powers of that particular community. As that it is removing, what will happen? The next thing is displacement. First thing is FRA is there, right? Under the FRA, they have claims to the rights, I mean claims to the land, and there is forest rights, and there is weak community rights. As all of these are weak, what will happen? Gram Sabha also become weak. As Gram Sabha is becoming weak, what will happen? At the end of the day, displacement will happen. How is displacement happening? Because the land is not belonging to them, right? As the land is not theirs, who will the land belong to? The land will belong to the government. The government will say that as this land is not belonging to you, we'll take over the land and we'll start mining. We'll start mining. As they are starting mining, what will happen? They have to clear the forest. As the scheduled tribes are dependent on the forest, what will happen? They will move away from there. But is there any other job that they have given? No, they do not have any other job. So no jobs, no area to live, no livelihood. What will happen? They'll eventually perish. So that is the reason we actually are bringing all of the what do you call benefits for all the scheduled tribes. Right? At the end of the day, why are we bringing all the benefits? We are bringing benefits so that they can survive. But we are bringing the benefits and we are also taking them away. Is that fair for them? No, it's not fair for them, obviously, right? And that is the main reason with this particular editorial that's saying that started from the issue of Christianity and converts of Christianity and their say in the benefits of scheduled tribes, and towards end where we are talking about the Forest Rights Act, PISA Act, and also the displacement of the tribal communities. This is all happening, and this is what the editorial is talking about, right? And moving on, next we have this language decorum. Right? Language decorum, school education should not be the site of a cultural battle. Right? It's talking about the implementation. What is it talking about? The implementation of the three language policy that is under National Education Policy 2020. Right? It's talking about the three language policy that is under National Education Policy. Now, as we are talking about the National Education Policy and the three language policy, let us dive deeper into what this particular editorial is talking about. Okay. Now, what does the CBSE circular say? The CBSE circular says that CBSE has recently issued a circular. In the circular, it is saying that there are three languages that they need to adopt. Right? Students of ninth class have to take up three languages, right? And three languages, at least two of them should be Indian languages. At least two of them should be Indian languages. And third, they can only pick English or any other foreign language, meaning that these two should be Indian languages. Other than these two, The third one should be English or any other foreign language. It can be Germany, it can be French, it can be any other language, right? And the other aspect is that these exams will not be conducted in the board exams, meaning that the third language which is there, right, other than the first and second language, the third language which is there, it will not be conducted in the board exam, right? That is the other aspect that the CBSE has issued, right? And now the main contesting part is that three language policy, right? The three language policy will not be part of the board exams. As I was saying, this three language policy will not be part of board exams. Meaning, what does that mean? It means that firstly, it will be assessed which one, the third language. Let's say a person has taken Hindi and Telugu and French. These are the three languages that the particular student has chosen. Okay. Now, Hindi and Telugu will be part of board exams. Hindi and Telugu will be part of board exams, but French will not be part of board exam. Then what is the use? This particular French exam will be conducted by the school and it will be assessed by the school. Okay, it will be assessed by the school. Third thing is that the marks that they get in French, which is assessed by the school, will come into the certificate, right? They will be represented into the certificate. They'll not have a board exam, but they'll be given in the certificate. That is what the three language policy is saying. Okay, next, moving on. Right now, the three language policy is objective. Right, three language policy was mainly given by Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission gave the three language policy. According to the three language policy, what is there? It's saying that firstly, regional or state language. Regional or state language is what they'll be taking. Secondly, Hindi or any other Indian language. And thirdly, they can only take English or other language. Right? And the objectives mainly are to obviously promote national integration. Right? National integration is one of the reasons why they're trying to put the three language policy. Secondly, to encourage the multilingualism. Multilingualism is an other reason why they are actually promoting this particular three language policy. At the end of the day, we need to be a very diverse country, and diverse country with many religions, I mean many languages should obviously be promoted. Right? That is why they are promoting the multilingualism. Okay, and the third aspect is that to preserve the language diversity. Preserve language diversity. These are the main three reasons why the Kothari Commission has promoted this three language policy. First is that they are based on religion or state language, and secondly, they have to choose Hindi or some other Indian language, and lastly, they have to choose English or some other international language. Other than that, what the objectives? The objectives are nothing but national integration, multilingualism, and three language. What do you call? Preserve the linguistic diversity. Right. Those are the three main aspects of the objective. Now, there are supporting arguments and there are against arguments. What are the arguments supporting? Right. Let's look at the supporting arguments. Supporting arguments mainly include that they promote multilingualism. Obviously, whenever the objectives are given, what are the objectives? As I was saying this, the objectives are nothing but promoting multilingualism, promoting national integration. All of these are nothing but supporting arguments, right? They're promoting multilingualism, first thing, right? And they're preserving Indian languages, as many Indian languages are actually dying, right? Many Indian languages are dying, and they have to preserve all of the Indian languages. And this three language policy would obviously help in preserving all the Indian languages that are dying. Okay. Then the third aspect is that there's national integration. As I was saying, national integration is another reason why we are promoting this, right? Knowing that language from different regions may foster greater cultural understanding, right? For example, let's say a person from X community, I mean X state has come to Hyderabad, okay, and as they have learned Hindi as well, right? Let's say from Assam is there, right? They have learned three languages. One is Assamese, and they chose Hindi, and then they chose English. These are the three languages that person from Assam has learned, okay, and they have come from Assam to Hyderabad. As they have learned Hindi, it will be very easy for them to survive here. Right? That way, the cultural diversity is increasing, national integration is increasing, and also survival in country with diverse languages is also increasing. Right? But what you need to understand is that at the end of the day, there are some what do you call problems, right? Problems with anything, right? you have problems with any argument. Obviously, we also have problems with this particular three language policy. What are the arguments against it? Arguments against three language policy. The first argument is that they are compelling. Right. Now, the national education policy says that we need three languages so that people can understand, and three languages so that all the students can understand. But it did not say mandatory. National education policy did not say mandatory, or national education policy did not say compel them. But the circular given by the CBSE is saying that it is mandatory, meaning that they are compelling all the students to pick a language. Right. The second aspect that is actually concerning is that they are contradicting. They are not giving choice. Right. At the end of the day, it is individual choice. Right? Language is an individual choice. Which language I want to choose is an individual choice. If I want to choose state language and another language and also English, it is the student's choice. But you cannot compel them saying that you can choose Hindi or any other language and a state language or not. Right? These are the things that are actually troubling this particular argument. And the third aspect is that there is an administrative challenge. Now we've seen that many schools have been talking about all this three language policy, but are they actually capable of implementing this policy? Yeah. We need language teachers, we need books. Who will generate the books? NCRTs will generate the books, right? We need books, we need what do you call method for calculation or method for evaluation, right? We need teachers more. And these are the things or administrative challenges that are there for this particular three language policy. And lastly, students burden, right? You can see that you can see students carrying big bags complete full of books. If you are adding an extra language, they'll be carrying extra 2 3 books every day, and as they are carrying extra 2 3 books, there is additional burden on the students, right? And also they say that this particular exam is not present in the board exams. Then why would a student study them with will? They'll obviously not be studying them with will, they'll be studying with them with force. Right? That is an extra burden. So that has something that the Supreme Court or the governments have to look at. Right? Otherwise, it will be very hard for the students to move on. Right? So those are the things that are present in this particular editorial. Right? And that's it for today's class. Hope you guys have learned a lot. Thank you, and see you in the next class.